Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Volunteers will put total leather and will get started. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. He might want another play. From the gun, running back gets to give. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wall. Using the quick game. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Manning. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass, it's Wall. Fires to the middle. It's complete. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Now from inside the red zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's got him still on his feet. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and goal. Quarterback keeper. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Tiger.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. But jet sweep pass. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, getting it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Power football with the run. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Turning it on. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Volunteers!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Quarterback making checks. Back has it. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs. And he can flat roll, turning on the Jets like a Cam Newton or Nick Marshall.
I was thinking about rolling trees, but yeah, I'm right there with you, man. These Auburn offenses that are so great, they've had the same commonality over the last several years, and that's a great dynamic quarterback that can make plays and push the pace of that offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Wall. Quarterback moving. And he'll just get rid of that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Fires to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Puts it out of the air. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tiger. He'll try to tack on one more. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. to the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. Hands it off. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
Hey, he barely got the ball. He just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Volunteers will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Makes the catch. On the move at the 30. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Mark it at the 24. This defense, its head is spinning.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
1st and 10, they're down to the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket, yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football, can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Kansas State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quarterback will keep it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Wants to adjust the pattern. Snap to the back. And this wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Here we go. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
It's caught. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 30. Ripping through the defense. He scampers out of bounds right at the 19-yard line, and, man, are they set up.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Can't get him to the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. Scrambling away. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. First and goal. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still in the 3. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tennessee.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. Tackle is made at the after the 5-yard gain and the first down. On the move. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Zings it complete to the right. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. They marched 79 yards on the drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back has it. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. From their own 23, it'll be first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Let's send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Got his man downfield. downfield. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Second down. They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown ball!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Auburn offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Off play action on first down. Under fire. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He wants to change this route. Going to sling it on second down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Auburn going to work with another first down. To the air on first down. Gets open down the middle. Breaks into the open. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Auburn. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Dumps it off in the flats. Still on his feet at the 40. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre Bruce did back in the day.
And they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the staples of these Auburn teams all throughout the years.
On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Makes a move. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. This is a design run. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Spits it out to the back. Got his man. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They're setting up the screen inside the 35. Oh, he's got some big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Auburn.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Second down, they'll go to the air. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Tiger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. He'll return it. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Quarterback keeps it. He goes out of bounds, couple of yards short of the 20. They'll mark it at the 18.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
From the gun on third down. Makes the grab. It's Bird. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Right on the money. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. And the Vols want to pick up the tempo.
We just have not called this guy's name enough. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football, and that was only his second catch. I think that's a big reason why they're trailing this much in this game so late. They just have not been able to get one of their biggest weapons involved as often as they needed to.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
The give to the left. Oh, what a cut! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day and he's been the bright spot so far for this offense.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Gets it out quickly. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Back to pass on second down. Sets up the screen. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The Vols line it up with a first and goal. Tight end now in motion. He'll set up to throw. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tied in the red zone.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Got nothing last time, now second and goal from the 3. Wants to throw again. Got his man on the outside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they take it in for 6 more points. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
They still have work to do. Trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving. Turning it on! Touchdown, Tiger! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The Volunteers with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number 1. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
On the move to his left. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Into the house. Touchdown, Tennessee.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Easy. Snap to the back. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Second and long here, but objective number one, keep that clock moving. Wants to go up top. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got an open man. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Looking to throw on first down. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Yeah, and those corner routes are tough to throw for an offense. You try to force it, in between coverage a lot of times, and you could tell it was great defense. Nice job getting a hand in the air, getting it on the football, and making sure that receiver can't make a play.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. They'll go to the air. Quarterback extends the play. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. This time he's got his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. And the Volunteers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Picked off. What a way to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Boy, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The play action fake. Here comes the heat. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
The one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.